Hi, welcome back to my channel. I just filmed this video and realised I did it completely wrong, so I'm going to refilm what I just did. And basically, just to quickly say, obviously this camera is not my regular camera that I use. It's an interim before I buy my other one, so I apologise for that. So basically this is based around a girl that I watched, and she was going to a therapy session, and she basically was talking about this cycle of like the way her therapist had taught her to like break cycles and things like that. And basically I'm just like copying like what she said in this basically. So yeah, the first thing that she was talking about, it kind of goes in like a flow chart, and I'm going to try and describe this a bit better than I did in my last video anyway. So the first thing to start off with is talking about your core beliefs. I'm not a therapist, by the way, I'm not a therapist. This is a construct that she talked about that I thought was interesting and I wanted to share. But yeah, go see a therapist if you need any real help with this. And it might sound a bit cluttered and crammed, but I'm going to try and describe it the best I can. So first one was thinking about your core beliefs. You could have a core belief like I'm ugly, for example, so that could be a core belief. And then a trigger could be if maybe going to a beauty shop and a certain colour you don't feel suits your lips or whatever, so that could be a trigger, for example. And then a rule for living from this could then be like, I have to be obsessive over makeup, for example. I'm trying to keep all of these in the same realm. And then a negative prediction could be like, if someone sees me without makeup, they think I am disgusting and they would never want to know me, and that makes me a bad person if I never wear makeup. Which would then lead to unhelpful behaviours, which is like wasting hours and hours a day, for example, or like spending an obsessive amount of time doing makeup, 6 hours a day doing makeup, for example, which would then lead to self-criticising thoughts like, you're so ugly, you don't do your makeup well enough, I'm so, you're not very attractive, makeup is the only thing that makes life worth living. And then that would then lead to reinforced core beliefs like, life is not worth living without makeup, for example. Like, obviously this is like a bit of a, I'm not making fun of like people's, and actually there probably is like people out there that like really struggle with the idea of not wearing makeup, so I'm not trying to make fun of this at all. I'm just trying to put it in a certain way that it could be described, if you like. And then after this could lead to like low mood. So if you aren't able to access makeup, you could then obviously have these feelings of like unworthiness, like feeling badly, or like isolated because you don't want to see anyone. And then that would then go back on to more rules for living, which would then be, or does it go back to triggers after that? Let me just double check before I say this. Yeah, I think after the low mood, it would then go back to triggers. So then after you've basically been isolated, you then go back to triggers of someone walks past your window and looks in your window, and you might be like, oh, like they think I'm ugly because I'm not wearing makeup, I better hide my face, if you know what I mean. So that'd be another trigger, which would then go to more unhelpful behaviours, hiding your face, negative predictions. There might be more people that walk past, so I need to hide my face even more. And then more unhelpful behaviours, you isolate yourself more self-criticising thoughts. And I'm going to put all these in the description box, to be fair, so you can kind of refer. More self-criticising behaviours, self-criticising thoughts like, I'm so ugly, like I can't leave the house because I need to buy my makeup, I haven't got any makeup left, or whatever. Reinforced core beliefs again, so this is where the cycle comes back. We're still on the cycle. Reinforced core beliefs, I'm so ugly, life isn't worth living, major depression, or just like life isn't worth living because I can't get makeup, low mood, feeling badly because you can't get makeup, rules for living, I can't leave the house. Oh no, and then it's back to triggers. After the low mood comes triggers. So do you see what I mean? So if you're able to break that cycle and look at it from a rational perspective of, I wasn't born with makeup, I'm not saying like it's this simple for everyone, but if you can then notice that cycle, take yourself out of the cycle. So the thing is, it's so hard to see cycles when you're in them. So it's basically about recognising those cycles and like looking from the outside perspective, thinking, okay, makeup is something that I've used, but is it possible that I've taken on makeup as a strategy to improve myself, but I don't feel it's become such a comfort blanket for me, and such a sense of identity that I don't know myself without it, and I don't feel comfortable not having it. So then that might lead you to then like slowly step out your comfort zone, being like, okay, well maybe I could wear a little bit less eyeliner, or maybe I could just try and go out the house without makeup around my block and just try not to notice what other people think about me. And then if you realise something people are thinking, you think people are noticing you, then that might be something else around something that you need to work on, you know what I mean? So I just thought, like, looking at that, so I don't know any names for it or anything like that, but she just mentioned this cycle thing from her video, and I just thought it was really helpful. So yeah, I'll link it in the description, like the cycle I was talking about, and I don't know, maybe if I like Google it or someone Googles it, like you'll be able to find like an actual name for it. But yeah, I hope this was helpful for you. It really helped me. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll be back in a minute. Bye.